Thank you very much for tuning into my YouTube channel. I know it has been a very long while since I produced a video. My apologies. There's a lot of things going on in my life. I started a new job, new home, all those things that come with it. And this is some of the worst golf that I have played in a very long stretch of time. So I wanted to be honest with where my game is at and obviously talk about the things that I'm working on to improve and to get better and make sure I can get back on track to lowering my scores and increasing my ability to play better competitive golf. So starting off on a par 4, 270 yards here. Get off to a really good start with the driver. Fortunately, the driver is one of the few things in my game that has consistently worked and hopefully, knock on wood, continues to work. Up here with a really nice chip, give ourselves about a nice 4-footer for birdie and go ahead and tap that one in. As promised, within the second hole of the video, we got ourselves the first big mistake. Huge shank off to the right. All right, so we clearly saw that that's something that needs to improve with, playing on the golf course. I've been just hitting these really nasty shanks, and normally if you're hitting a shank, it's gonna be one of two things. It's gonna be your path and or your face, or a combination of the both. For me specifically, I tend to get the club inside a little bit too much behind me, and I also tend to fan it out, right? My path is naturally a little bit more to the left, about 1 or 2 degrees. So when I get it to the inside and fan and I get that face pointed up, what happens is when I come down into the ball, if I don't get that face back squared down to the target, what happens is I just ultimately deliver the hosel right at the ball itself, which causes that shank. So this one's just a matter of really working on making sure that I have a really good setup and a really good consistent takeaway from the club. I really want to make sure I'm feeling like I bring that club back with that face pointing a little bit more down, as some would say, in line with my spine angle. That allows me to keep the club in a much better position when I get to the top. That obviously when I bring it through, it's coming back on plane and I'm not delivering with the face open. Making sure that we get that club taken away on the right line. Allows me to hit some very crisp wedge shots. And fortunately for me, this only affects field wedges and not all of my short game, because I hit an absolutely amazing recovery shot here to about, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 feet. And I was able to convert this one to save par. Not the best of shots, but this is an area where we really got to work on, which is improving that strike, because this chip I caught a full, maybe 2 balls heavy. And obviously if you're going to hit it heavy, it's not going to have any spin, not going to have any control. It's going to release out much further than you expect. But this is an area of my game where I'm really trying to work and improve, and it's my mental focus and expectation management. That was actually a halfway decent putt. It just didn't drop. And instead of taking my time to reassess and recollect and reline this up, I just make a handful of errors here.
Are you serious right now, bro?
And this is something that I constantly find myself doing in tournaments, and this just can't continue to happen. Club selection was a little poor on this one, but overall, I did the best I could here in this situation. Sometimes I'm able to keep it composed, other times I'm not really, but again, it's just, this is a really short putt. I thought I read it pretty well. It just so happened to lip out. There's no need to be this overly dramatic and this concerned about it. Sometimes you're just gonna hit a good putt and it's just not gonna drop. And again, keeping this in here, not to belabor the point, but just be honest about some of the struggles that I have. I'm just not good enough to be this frustrated at that bad of a shot. It actually isn't that bad of a shot. It's far enough left where it's going to be clear to get here. But what would have made this better is being able to have my wedges dialed in. And again, mental fortitude and your ability to stay mentally correct on a golf course is going to save your game and give you the ability to really play good golf. And as you can see, I stay really composed throughout the rest of it, and I'm able to save a par here and get away with the 4, which I would be happy with on the tee box any day of the week. And if you don't practice the fundamentals, they break down. This is a really good swing, very committed, but my alignment is just way further left than I had intended. Obviously, these are things that are going to start to fade if you don't work on them consistently. And just another one of the things that we got to tighten up and make sure we cross our T's and dot our I's on that. And of course, it's not all bad. Staying pretty composed throughout this process and just trying to do my best to grind out a score. Hit myself a really good putt here. Again, just didn't drop. No need to be frustrated about it. The expectation of it going in just wasn't there. Do the best I can, take my bogey and move on. One of the overarching themes in this video that we're going to be talking about is the ball striking. And I'm going to make another video. I already have made another video for that. And as you can see from these weak, wipey fades to the right, the ball striking just is not there to get the ball at the hole, you know, with the appropriate club. And that's something that we're really going to have to focus on. And unfortunately here, I make another putting error and just really lose my ish on this one because I couldn't believe that putt went so far past. But again, I mean, I hit it, like it went that far. It is what it is. No need to be this frustrated about it, but at the end of the day, it's golf. It kind of gets the best of us at times. And of course, even a blind squirrel finds a nut at least once. One of the best shots of the day. Everything kind of lined up. Ball striking was on point here. Put this one inside of 10 feet. Just wasn't able to convert the putt. But again, keeping my composure and just trying to do the best I can to grind out a score. It's not all bad, but there's definitely a lot of things that I do want to work on and improve and make a lot better. Obviously, driver hasn't left me, and I had no idea how far I hit this wedge. Again, just not knowing your wedge distances, it's very difficult to play good golf, but I hit a nice little spinner here, got it up to the hole. And of course, as the ninth hole goes, just didn't quite hit this putt really well and just jammed it right past the hole. Ended up making a 3-putt bogey here. And again, just the frustration on my face. But these are the things that I'm working on, trying to improve, keeping myself mentally in the game. Got another exciting video coming for you for some of the things we're working on to improve ball striking. Also, a little bit of this putting because clearly there's something going on there too as well. But that's all I got for you. Thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel. Deuces, people. Let's keep it moving.